How to stop your goals from making you feel miserable. As we get to live our lives on a daily basis, we tend to set our goals and challenge ourselves to achieve them in a period of time. In today's era, we can't deny how we all want to achieve things and become successful in our chosen field. But what if we don't meet the goals we set? Or what if we get disappointed in the process and feel miserable? What do you need to do? Luckily for you, Manna member, we prepared all the things you need to know on how to stop your goals from making you feel miserable. Remember that while the first step is completing any of these amazing courses, the second and possibly more important step is taking action, even if it's imperfect action. In recent conversations with other people, we have had several inquiries about how to pursue your dreams without feeling miserable about it. You may feel embarrassed about leaving your loved ones to pursue your goals. Maybe you worry that your community will reject you for expecting more out of life or for wanting something different from what your family has already given to you. We understand this frustration. Have you ever been where you chased after a goal and people talk negatively about you? It's as if they feel threatened once you reach your goal, or maybe they feel that they should be following the same path. Either way, it seems to feel wrong. Repetitive thoughts of shame and guilt can be experienced by people even when they haven't done anything wrong. It becomes easy to beat yourself up over a particular mistake that happened after holding in the feelings for too long. In the past, we would play the what if game, thinking about how others might perceive us or our actions. This led to increased guilt as well as doubts about pursuing goals. Another good example is when setting health and fitness goals. It's so easy to compare ourselves to others that we think we need to lose weight in order to be happy. Celebrities and TV help us with this process, and social media keeps us updated on what other people are doing. The only problem with this is that oftentimes comparisons lead to a state of dissatisfaction. In a study conducted by the University of Florida, research showed that it's natural for humans to compare themselves to others and interpret their chemical processes in the brain. Early humans would have needed to decipher the relation between a person and their own survival rate and gauge whether they were a threat or not. This process could later be used as an evolutionary strategy that developed into more complex forms and became social comparisons in order to evaluate one's status. In 1954, Festinger coined the term social comparison theory. This theory cast a wide net, saying that, in general, we look to others for comparison to establish where we are in order to figure out how well or badly we're doing. We want to know how others perceive us. This theory has gone through some evolution over the years, and rightfully so. There have been many social changes since Festinger came up with this theory. Today, it seems as if everyone has a more successful and happier life than us. There are so many programs online that promise to help you achieve success and earn the respect of others. This is because clickbait provides phrases like, feel more secure, make your dreams come true, or finally lose those unwanted pounds. In this first part of the video, let us give you 6 reasons why you fail to achieve your goals. Setting goals and making plans is the easy part. It's figuring out how to achieve them, taking action, and overcoming obstacles that are difficult. As you can see, there are many reasons that will stop your goals from feeling exciting. Number 1. Undefined goals. There are numerous ways for you to achieve your dreams, with or without education and connections. However, before you can create concrete plans that promote your plans and help you achieve these goals, it's essential to have a clear understanding of what your final goal is. If you're aspiring to be a viral YouTube star, you must give a pressing definition of your goals. You can't set out to just be one without understanding what that entails in detail. There's a rookie learning curve with viral success, and it's much easier accomplished when these aspects are defined in advance. With specific goals in mind, it's important that they be measurable, achievable, and realistic. By setting a deadline for your goal that is going to leave you with room for some improvisation, you are much less likely to regret the time you put into achieving success. Provide smaller goals to help motivate and focus. Enlisting a group of friends, creating a weekly video, and participating in a writer's group can all be short-term goals that are important to consider while working towards long-term ones. Number 2. Excuses. There will be times when it seems as though nothing works out for you, when nothing happens and you can't work on your book, or the weather is too awful to exercise. there's often nothing that can be done about it at that time. However, if your boss made you stay late and you're not at fault, it's out of your control. Sometimes, giving excuses for why a goal is not worth pursuing, doesn't work out, or what you intended to do is easier than just pushing forward and achieving your large-scale goals. While some reasons are more valid, others are just long-winded excuses and that are total cop-outs. If you're feeling like giving up on a goal, consider whether the reason behind it is valid or just a flimsy excuse. A convenient excuse can be used to stop or slow any goal, but if left unchecked, it may derail just about every goal you try to accomplish. When you take responsibility for the goals that you want to achieve, you'll know that with this level of personal control, nothing is going to get in your way. Number 3. Too many things on to prioritize. When you have too many goals at once, it becomes incredibly difficult to prioritize them and achieve workable results. It's possible that you're overcommitting yourself and struggling to maintain balance for the betterment of all physical aspects. Most of us think that we're masters of multitasking. Unfortunately, science says otherwise. While multitasking is fine in small doses, it can cause poor performance and productivity when overdone. Be careful not to overwhelm yourself with too many tasks and prioritize your time so that you achieve your goals faster. You need to work through your project list, prioritizing what's most important for your business and getting it done. Not finishing means you won't be available for all the social events in your calendar because you'll have to tackle new projects. Number 4. Fear of failing. Reaching a goal is sometimes difficult due to fear of failure. Perfectionism can cause a need for success and often leads to the fear of failure. There's no shame in failing, but perfectionists often find that the time, money, and effort they put into achieving their goals are too great. Avoiding mistakes, even those that can become beneficial in the future, is not a good quality to have in order to go through life well. Not only can analyzing why you fear failing help you overcome this fear, but by looking at how your fear hinders your goals, it's easier to find new ones that don't put you at risk of the same process. Number 5. Not setting deadlines. Making a commitment to yourself is important if you're trying to accomplish anything. Set a deadline for the completion of your project, and writing it down will make you more likely to achieve your goals. When setting a deadline, the pressure is on you to get the work done. If you set June 1st as your deadline, there's no exception that says, "I didn't make it." If you don't make the deadline, then you have to look at why you didn't meet it and how to fix it for next time. Number 6. Listening to people who are not supportive. When you want to accomplish something that's big and hard to do, it's easy for people to doubt you and even sabotage your goals. One reason we might fail is because of the negativity of these critics who are simply jealous. If you have a doubt, it will keep your mind distracted. Instead of turning into an obstacle that keeps you from doing anything, you should use it to fuel the fire and push forward. Ignoring the people who are not supportive, as long as you know your goal, is the best thing to do. Make sure you listen to their concerns and then act accordingly. So, what do you do and say to these people who aren't supportive? One of the first things to consider is that other people's thoughts about your endeavors are frequently based on their own limiting beliefs. If someone doesn't believe you can achieve success, then they would never think that it could happen for them either. This scenario is actually fairly common. If a person says they're going to be a millionaire and their father laughs, they are likely laughing not at how unachievable the task seems because it doesn't seem possible that they could possibly succeed. People may push their beliefs on you because they cannot see the path you're traveling and therefore cannot see that life may be different. Only after they have given up can they see life clearly with the understanding of why you don't fit in. It doesn't matter what other people think about your work or how they say it helps them. Your actions speak for themselves, and so long as you stay true to yourself, you'll always find success. If someone judges you negatively, don't let that stop you from doing what makes you happy. So now, let's go to the steps you can do on how to stop your goals from making you feel miserable. Number 1. Goal setting. In goal setting, the SMART acronym can be important. It stands for specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound. These goals help you to shape your life by only being concerned with what is important and reasonable. However, there are some goals where deeply personal issues are intertwined with them. The goals must connect to who we think we are and not just about our surroundings in order to produce significant change. Without a way to measure how successful your goal was, it's difficult to know if you should keep following its plan. If you look at pictures of people who have achieved their goal, there's a problem. So, we shouldn't focus on the process of achievement. Instead, what drives us to want to achieve something is not the process but rather the outcome of achieving it. This is because our brains tend to compare who we are and how happy they are with images of who we imagine other people to be on TV or in other places. To fight back against it, we need to help people develop a new thought about goal setting for whatever we want to achieve. A different perspective is needed here. How do you define the type of content you want? What is your destination? To start, what are your goals overall? Number 2. Personal growth. To emphasize that process over outcome, a few key things need to happen. First, the process has to be in terms of personal growth. New research confirms the fact that it's what keeps you personally engaged, empowers you, and increases your sense of gratification that makes change sustainable, not an outcome which compares you to others and lowers your self-confidence. Instead of focusing on what they're not doing well, people who feel discouraged focus on what they should be doing. However, this line of thinking inadvertently prompts a sense of self-loathing, which makes it harder to achieve new habits in the future. People are not motivated when they feel inadequate. Feeling inadequate and looking around at those who seem more capable than you, imagining that you're somehow different or better than them, these feelings can lead to a feeling of disempowerment. Number 3. Make the switch. We humans are able to recognize the thoughts we had and identify our emotions. We are also able to consider other people's perspectives, allowing us to strategize plans to handle situations rather than simply reacting. With the opportunities provided by new tools and technology, we have the ability to explore new possibilities. This leads us into a better way of understanding emotions in a situation, which can be controlled by our executive brain. We have to keep in mind that even though there is an easier way that uses our brain's executive function versus our tendency to compete and compare, it will not become an off switch for the brain. We will still use the comparing brain to listen to. Evolving into a mindset with the executive function in control means listening to the executive in your mind for personal pleasure and satisfaction rather than comparison and competition. Skill building needs to be structured so that people can learn something new, implement a process, and grow as a person. New skills need to have an immediate benefit in order for those learning them to become invested in the process. Setting goals is difficult. Merely thinking about it can bring an excessive amount of stress. But we can overcome this challenge by comparing ourselves to others and adjusting our desired change so that it becomes a part of us instead of tearing us down. Now, let's talk about why you should pursue your goals. Is it time to think about others? Of course, this is a time you should put your needs first and consider people other than you. But how does that make you feel? In many ways, the answer could not be easier. You feel miserable because you know what you're supposed to be doing with your life. How are you supposed to live happy, fulfilling lives when this guilt is constantly reminding you of what you're missing? Feeling lonely? You're not alone. Many people have felt that way, and it's never too late to start making changes in your life. We want you to realize the guilt you feel for not pursuing your goals doesn't need to drag you down anymore. It can actually help motivate you and make you a better partner, spouse, friend, and coworker. We want to help you overcome a challenge that people often suffer from. And let's not let whatever excuse get in our way. With progress being related to overcoming challenges, we want to make sure you're successful. Start now. Plan and do what you want to do right now. Follow your goals, pursue what you have been dreaming of. While you may feel miserable over pursuing your goals, now is a good time to pause and reflect on goal setting. Let's look at why some people feel miserable about goal setting so you can be sure that you're ready before you set any new long-term dreams. That's it for this video, Manna member. Remember to subscribe to our channel, and if you feel like we've delivered value, please share this video with one person. That's right, just one person as a token of your appreciation for the hard work we put into making content that educates and helps you on your mission of building your own fortune. Remember, you can watch video after video, but it isn't until you actually take action that you'll start to see results. See you soon!